looking the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses. Hey guys, it's Katie.
And John.
And we are Generations of Horror.
So today we tackled Halloween 2.
Which is personally my favorite Halloween because it's a hospital sort of thing.
Technical difficulty.
But yeah, so
Halloween 2 starts off where Halloween 1 left off. So what do we have? We have Dr. Loomis
yes.
coming out, and he talks to a neighbor. And the neighbor's like, what's going on here? And Dr. Loomis essentially is, call the police. He's like, is this a joke? And one of my favorite parts of the movie, he says, this trick-or-treating stuff is getting me sick to death. And he goes, you don't know what death is.
Yeah.
And he does that, and then the music plays. Oh my God, I love that. So what I like about it, right away off the start, is they followed from part 1 to part 2.
Yeah.
Because it's the same night.
Yeah.
Which is great. So what does Michael do right after Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis, starts to look for him, Katie?
When...
Remember the neighbor? The woman? The girl? The young girl?
No.
She comes outside to see if her neighbors were okay at the beginning. And she says, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Okay, back up. So apparently, now she's usually a lot better than this, I'm sorry, but so Michael goes into this old, there's 2 people, husband and wife. The husband's sleeping, and the wife's making sandwiches. And
I remember this.
I wish I could use an effect light bulb on the head. Oh, I get it. So he goes in there, doesn't kill them, but does take a knife.
Yeah.
And he starts walking around to the next door neighbor. And what does the neighbor do, Katie? She comes out and says, are you okay?
Yeah, like,
and he's standing there, yes.
Are you okay?
And she's on the call with her friend, and the friend says, you realize you're alone, and there were kids murdered tonight.
Yeah, like right across the street.
Right down the street. And then what happens, Katie? She looks, she hears a noise, and the door is opened.
Yeah.
Now, me and Katie always discuss this during the movies. If that happened to me, I run right out of the house.
Yeah.
Don't even question it.
Especially
just run.
when you just got a call.
Right.
And
you heard her scream, you run. But no, she stays. But that's one of the good scenes, because then he stabs her and she dies.
Yeah.
Now at the same time, Laurie Strode, which is the survivor in the first one, is going to the hospital. She got, if you remember, stabbed in her left arm and her ankle. She hurt her ankle. At the same time this is going on, Dr. Loomis is with the sheriff.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find him. And they don't believe Dr. Loomis that he shot him 6 times.
Yeah, because obviously...
15 years ago, I was told there was nothing left.
Nothing.
No reason.
No conscience.
Conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this
This is my favorite part.
child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and
Black eyes.
the blackest eyes,
The devil's eyes.
the devil's eyes.
See, I do know it.
That always
I
cracks
spent
it.
8 years
Yes.
trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply
Evil.
evil. What do we do?
See now,
I've been here once tonight.
that is Dr. Loomis. And that's why I'm obsessed with Dr. Loomis.
I still think I should
But,
notify the radio and tell
in
them.
any event, so,
If you do
when
that,
this
I'll see you on
happens,
Every street corner, and then
when this happens, Dr. Loomis is with the sheriff, and they think they see someone with the Michael Myers mask on,
Oh,
which
yeah, I remember
we
this
think is Michael
Yeah.
Myers. And of course,
Thing.
Dr. Loomis wants to shoot him, and the police officer's like, no, you can't shoot him. We don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And what happens? A car comes,
And
crashes,
crash.
burns up. Dr. Loomis, they ask him, is it him? He has no idea. He's burnt. So he is going to assume it's not Michael Myers, which, kids, if you don't want a spoiler, you want to put a mute button on. it's not really him.
Or exit the video.
Oh, I should have said that first. Okay, forget the spoiler. Okay, well, forget what we just said. In any event, so, see, this is one of my favorite
Yeah.
parts. You don't know what death is. I love that part. Okay, so when that happens, at the same time, the other sheriff comes, Katie,
Yes.
and he says, there was 3 bodies found at the house across the street from the Doyle house where Laurie was. And what did he
Yes.
say? And one of them was Annie, which is the
The
sheriff's
sheriff's
daughter.
daughter.
Of course, they go there to the scene, and he sees it's his daughter.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have to tell my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he do? He blames Dr. Loomis. He says,
Yeah.
you let him out. And he goes, one of my other favorite parts,
Yep.
I didn't let him out. I had orders for him to be restrained.
Yeah.
So we have the deputy sheriff take over. And he seems to be listening to Dr. Loomis more than the main sheriff.
Yeah.
He seems to be saying, something's going on. We need to figure this out.
Yep.
Now, at the same time at the hospital, Laurie does not want to be put to sleep.
She does not.
Right. She's,
She just says it. She
yeah,
says, don't
put me to sleep because she's scared. We kind of know why she's scared because she thinks he's going to come back. We aren't sure why, but it's just her being hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, that music is so good. Sorry. So,
Oh, can I also bring up the needles?
oh, yeah.
So, if you
wait,
guys-
we had to put a disclaimer. Kids, if you don't want the spoiler, just please fast forward the next 20 seconds. Go ahead.
Or just click on the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is new to me. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you guys don't like needles, just so you know, when she's in the hospital, when Louie's in the hospital, they show very close up
Oof.
the needle going,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, it's bad. And she takes after me because I'm petrified.
yeah,
because I can't
literally when
stand
we were
it.
watching it today,
Yep,
he had
I
to
turned
like
away.
turn a
I turned
full
away.
180
Yep.
angle.
I can see everything. Blood, everything else like
Yeah,
that. No,
when it
needles
comes
can't
to
see.
needles.
Needles can't see. So at the same time, the hospital, of course, is dead for some reason.
Yeah.
Everything's like dark. Laurie is drugged and she's asleep, which she didn't want to be. And what do you think happens? Michael starts to go to the hospital. And he has his
No
normal...
surprise there.
Of course not. And he has his normal victims. You know, we got the security guard. He had no
Yeah.
chance. He cut the phone lines. He starts going after the hospital workers one
Yeah.
by one. I'm not going to bore you with the details
Yeah.
because
There's
just
a lot of
regular slasher.
Yeah.
Flicks.
Yeah, regular stuff.
Now, Dr. Loomis, there was a break-in at the school, and they look at the school, and there's a picture of a family.
And then
And Michael's knife is in the
Is-
middle of it, and on his sister.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, that makes sense. It's his sister." And then he writes, "Do you remember the encryption?"
wait, it was
on
like
the blackboard?
It was
Pretty
like,
important for Halloween. Sam Hain,
Yeah, Sam Hain.
which is essentially the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
They used to celebrate it as it's known as End of Summer,
Yeah.
and they believed that ghosts and goblins, hence where Halloween first came from, would come. And they would sacrifice live animals, which we all love all animals.
No animals were harmed in the making of this.
That
film.
is true. She is
Yes.
correct. In any event, so he finds out on the chalkboard, but then someone from the Institute comes where Dr. Loomis works. And do you remember what she was telling him? She said to him, "We're under orders by the governor. We don't want anyone in
yeah.
Haddonfield." And he's like, "Well, I gotta stay here.
Yeah.
He's not dead. We have
He's
to get
not
him.
gonna
He's pure
leave
evil."
Laurie.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said, "We have to. We have a marshal
Yeah,
outside."
governor's laws.
Yeah.
whatever.
And again, why don't they listen to this doctor? He was his
Exactly.
patient for 50. He was a
Yeah,
psychiatrist
so
15
obviously you
years.
think that he knows more.
So they're in their ride. Now, at this time, by the way, Laurie actually confronts Michael
Yeah.
because Michael kills the last person alive in the hospital,
Yep.
we think.
We
And right in
think.
front, and Michael sees Laurie. Now, she has a broken ankle and she's half drugged,
Yeah.
of course. So she's trying to run away from him.
Yeah.
Now, as that's going on, in the vehicle with Dr. Loomis, he starts blaming himself. And he starts saying, I should have done more. I should have told them.
Yeah.
And she's like, Dr. Loomis, there was another file. You remember? He said that. And he goes, he goes, no, I've seen all the files. Do you remember what she said?
She said that
There was a file hidden from the courts under protective order.
When Michael killed
his sister,
that they demanded that they opened it.
Right? Correct. And do you remember what was in the file?
It was like there's a clip playing.
They're talking about same hand. But this is where it's going to tie in. And again, kids, if you don't want a spoiler, you just have to fast forward about a minute.
Click off this video or click off this video because there's a lot of spoilers.
Oh.
So.
Here it is now.
There's a file on Michael Myers that nobody knew about.
It's impossible. I've seen all the files.
He knows every single word.
Now, after the governor heard what happened tonight, he authorized Dr. Rogers to open it.
What file?
It's not fair.
They should have allowed you to examine everything.
The Strode girl.
That Strode girl. That's Michael Myers' sister.
Oh, reveal.
She was born 2 years before he was committed.
See that?
2 years after, his parents died and she was adopted by the Strodes. They requested that the records be sealed in order to protect the family.
She just don't see what he's doing here in Haddonfield. He killed one sister 15 years ago. Now he's trying to kill the other.
See how it ties in?
Tonight, after I shot him, where did it take her?
The clinic.
The clinic.
Clinic. Where? Do you know this area?
So, you see how that ties in together? Now we know why he went back to Haddonfield. And that's what I like about the Halloween movies. As Dr. Loomis puts it, for 15 years, he didn't speak.
He didn't show any emotion.
Didn't show any emotion, didn't cry.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything. What he was doing was waiting for this day to get his other sister. By the way, there is a debate as well. We don't know if Laurie knows it's Michael. Michael is her sister. She's getting a little flashback of she's seeing this boy after he killed the sister in the hospital, and she visits him, but I don't think she could put two and two together. So, as this is happening, Laurie decides to hide in a vehicle outside of the clinic. And she just is sitting there. But then this ambulance driver, Jimmy seems to like Laurie a lot. Yeah. He got hurt in the hospital when he hit his head, you remember? And he's like, don't worry, I'll get us out of here.
Oh, this is a bad part.
But what do you think happens? Of course, because he hit his head.
As you could guess.
He gets knocked out and his head goes right on the steering wheel. And what does that do? Honks a horn. It goes, ding. Even though Laurie pushes him back, what do you think happens? Michael hears it. Yep. Now, at the same time, the doctor, Loomis, is going to the hospital. He arrives there when Laurie is trying to crawl back to inside the hospital. Yeah. And she's trying to say, help me, but she can't. She can't get it out. Yeah. They walk in, and then, shut the doors.
Obviously, she screams,
help me. And then we see Michael in the dark with just his mask going after her. She starts banging on the door. And just at the last moment, Dr. Loomis lets her in. Yep. And he backs up. He goes right through the door. And
he's just walking and then he
goes. What does the doctor do? As you can guess. He shoots him 6 times. And of course he falls.
And then the sheriff says he's not breathing. Then Dr. Loomis says,
get away from him.
Get away from him.
And of course he dies. He's our victim.
Yeah.
Now at the same time, the person that was with Loomis is calling on the radio. They need more police. Yeah. But now he takes Laurie. He apologizes, saying, I'm sorry I left you. Oh. Kids, that's a little spoiler coming up. But it's okay, we're almost there.
This whole video is just spoilers.
Now, Michael starts chasing both of them. And he gives Laurie a gun. They hide in this, I would say an operating room. There's a lot of oxygen tanks and all that. And Michael, of course, breaks down the door. So Dr. Loomis is right by the door. He's about to shoot him. And what happens? Click, he's got no more bullets.
It goes, And
And
then
he
he's
stabs
like,
Dr. Loomis. And
sadly,
Lewis's fault.
very sadly.
So Michael starts to go after Laurie. She's in the corner.
Yep.
She has a gun in front of her, and as he's walking, she says, Michael. Because she knows it's
And
Michael
then
Myers.
this is the scariest
Yeah.
part because whenever she says that, like he is like this, and then he puts down the knife, and
Yeah.
then he like goes like that,
And he's,
and
and
then
he's
like
thinking.
yeah,
And she goes, Michael, please. And he stops for another second, and he starts to go towards her. And then she grabs the gun and shoots him twice.
Yep.
Where does he get shot? Where does he
right
get shot?
in his 2 eyes.
Two eyes,
like,
they start to
right there,
bleed
they
out,
bleed
right?
out.
They start to bleed out. So, as that's going on, now he can't see. So it's pretty good
He
effect. You might have
just-
heard that. Yeah, with the scalpel. And of course, he's close to Laurie.
Yeah.
At the same time, Dr. Loomis comes up. And he starts to grab the oxygen. Starts putting the oxygen in the room. Every canister. And Laurie's looking at Dr. Loomis, and Laurie says to him, in her mind, you want me to open the tanks? And
Yeah.
he's like, do it, like nodding her. So she starts to do it. She doesn't know why yet. And he tells her, he's an animal. He's an animal.
Yep.
Leave now. So Laurie leaves, starts to run out. And then what does he say, Katie? Dr. Loomis to Michael Myers. Because remember, all the oxygen tanks are all on. What does he say? He says, it's time, Michael. And he lights the light
and then
up.
he lights it, and it's like,
Because the gas, all the gas of the oxygen,
Yep.
which feeds fires. Don't touch lighters at home, kids. Remember that little safety tip. It explodes. So we see Michael comes out, still alive, on fire, but then he falls to the ground.
yeah,
And we see Laurie get into the hospital and into an ambulance, and she's taken to another hospital. So after we see her go in there, we see Michael on the floor, still burning. And that's a little special effect right there. So as we see him burning, Katie,
yeah,
that's the end of the movie. They play the song again, Mr. Sandman.
yeah.
Now, Katie, did you like the first one or the second one better?
I like the second one better because there was
Because it
more.
ties it up,
Yeah.
kind of shows you why he was after her
Yeah.
in the first one. Now, I told you we have a lot of Halloween movies, and
a lot.
the newest one that came out kind of rewrites the Halloween thing. But again, we won't spoil it for you.
Yeah,
No, we won't. Now, me and Katie had a big debate here. Because our next one is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
yeah,
Now, I'm 47 years old. When Halloween 3 came out, it must have been, oh God, hold on. I must have been, it would be 80, no, I think it was 83. Oh, you wouldn't know. It was 83. I was 10 years old. It's not about Michael, because Michael is dead. So it's a kind of different Halloween. Now, Katie suggested we go straight to Halloween 4. Uh-oh. I'm not going to tell you the title of it. It might be a spoiler. But Halloween 4 goes back to the original story.
Yeah.
But I think we should do
Yeah.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
yeah.
I'm probably the only person that ever liked the movie.
I personally don't like it that much.
Right.
It's okay.
But you got to do research on it. You know,
Yeah.
we got to see it. See, I actually liked it. I
Yeah.
did. It has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It has to do with Sam Hain more, which goes into the holiday or the Day of the Dead,
Yeah.
which is what the Druids believed. But for me, I liked Halloween 2. The hospital still scares me to this day.
Yeah.
No matter what. My wife had 4 children, and literally at night, walking the hallways while she was there, it still gave me the creeps. Because of that movie, because literally that's all you see him is in the hallways of the hospital. I always thought he was going to come out.
Yeah.
Very scary. But I think I like the first one better than the second one, even
Really?
though the second one tied it in. I
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like the first one. It's almost like watching your first scary movie, so you always draw to it. And my favorite character, Dr. Loomis, he's more in the first one than the second one. He's still in
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
you know, they kind of shift to Laurie Strode.
I just think that the second one is way more scarier.
It is. It's definitely scary, and there's more
Yeah.
body. There's more body count, which
Yeah.
is always a good thing. Correct. Yeah.
Correct.
I think there's about 13 of them, but
A lot.
yeah, there is a lot. But Michael, as we think, is dead. So Halloween 3 is Season of the Witch. Now, I'll give you a little premise on this one. Essentially, there is like robots, I guess.
Yeah.
I could say that. And it's an evil person trying to take over the world. We'll leave it at that. But it's definitely not the best Halloween. It's definitely not. So I know it's been a couple of weeks for us to do the podcast. We had stuff to do. We had a couple of animals that were pretty sick. We had a guinea pig, Teddy,
Yeah.
that kind of had a
And we had
stroke.
to give him medication.
Yep, we did.
And tomorrow's the last day.
Holla. I think that's what you kids do today. You go like that? Or is that yesterday? Okay. All right. See, I can
Okay, I think we're going to end this video here.
Well, no. Yeah, and then Ruby, our cat. Yeah, she was very sick as well.
Oh, yeah.
But we will be doing it once a week because we want you to experience horror movies the way we experienced it.
Yeah.
You know, as a family. It's always
Yeah.
a good thing to get scared together.
Yeah.
Okay, but with that being
Yeah.
said,
Leave a comment down below of what other, like, after this Halloween series, what other series
down here. Wait, is that what? No, did I do something wrong?
the comments.
Oh, sorry.
The comments.
Yeah, it's on the phone, right? On the video. I'm sorry. We do have an extra surprise. To help our podcast, we may be buying some equipment.
Can you tell them?
Okay. Oh, gosh. It scares me. Jesus. Okay.
Okay, so we might get, drum roll please, a microphone.
Yes, a microphone.
So this microphone,
What's that noise? Okay, go ahead, kid.
so this microphone is a professional microphone.
Yes, it is.
That, like, it's sort of like, it's the mics that you listen to, like, for your podcasts.
Oh, we love podcasts. We could do
Yeah.
a whole podcast on the podcast. I listen to
Yeah.
it. Like, sometimes it gets a little
But
creepy.
it's very professional. It's like a big one, and it's like if even there's like a knocking sound from like across the hall, it'll pick it up.
Which is great. Now,
Yeah.
off Generations of Horror theme, I just want to promote my daughter Katie. She has 5,000 followers on InstaChat.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. And it's
My
Thank you. Wait. Oh, that's an effect. Okay, go ahead. On InstaChat. Instagram. Excuse me,
You
5,000
can follow
followers.
my Instagram. It'll be right up here. It's called positions_grande_Ari. And
So when you point up here, that's what they look at, not me.
yes.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I gotta stay out of it. Go ahead.
And I just hit 5,000 followers.
Which I think is amazing.
And it's an Ariana Grande fan page.
She is probably the biggest Ariana Grande fan I can
Believe me,
think of. She really keeps up with it too.
love
Every day
Ariana
she
Grande.
posts on that.
Yes.
So, if you want to give her some love by do you call it subscribing?
It's from YouTube.
Oh, what do you do for Instagram? Do you click it?
You double tap.
Double tap. Sorry.
So that means like and follow.
Follow. That's right. Follow. So I get it. Subscribe is our channel. Follow is the Instagram.
Yes.
But yeah, I just want to throw it out there because I
Yes.
think it's amazing that she has 5,000 followers. So with that being
And
said,
also my Rick and Morty sweatshirt.
oh yep, see that that's the new Halloween, and I'm not gonna spoil it for
Yep.
people who haven't seen it yet.
Uh-huh.
We won't say that now, but we're gonna wrap things up I think today.
Yep.
Now we will post another video. I know you can't wait. Next Saturday for
Yes.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yes.
So remember, kids,
turn your post notifications on so you can get notified every time we upload a new video.
They can do that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really, it's just amazing you can do this
It
stuff.
is.
But have fun watching horror films.
Yes.
Remember, it's all make-believe, or is it? Kids, I'm only kidding. It is make-believe.
Alright,
It
thank
is.
you guys so much for watching.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace. Yes, peace out.
Peace
and
out.
we hope you enjoy it.
Hope you enjoyed.
We'll see you next week.
Ready? Let's do a cheers at the end.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Cheers to the camera.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.